What up? What up? What up? Happy Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, no, wrong way. Wrong way. Yeah. Anyway, happy Thursday. Before we get going, shout out to my favorite. Don't be interrupting.
No, man, I ain't doing nothing. I got my buddy.
Anyway, Okeechobee Rustic Company. This is soy wax candle. I think it's orange flavor. Anyway, and I did bring this tonight. Stinky Stompers, y'all, is down below. Girls, I'm telling you, get it for your men. They can spray a little bit in their boot before they put it on. It makes a difference. That car won't be smelling like swamp butt. Anyway, yeah, and can't really see it with the light, but I got a new hat sponsor tonight. It's not on the website yet, but it will be this weekend. But I had to go ahead and make it since I came in today. And Cabbageshack Artworks. I've posted some videos on Instagram, TikTok, a couple other places, Facebook. Anyway, that'll be on the website. I could have put another sponsor, which we're going to talk about that because I brought some stuff with me tonight. So let me show you this little video. This is the America's Mullet Florida Man Style Gulf of America.
These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gulf of America. Let's say what you got.
What?
You
Man,
got?
I got the man
Hey,
on here.
look. I just wanna tell you, he is on social media. You know how you parents y'all get on to your kids.
No, I'm trying to find something.
He he's reverting to his younger self to older kids.
It's irritating me that I can't find what I'm looking for.
Anyway, yeah, the other thing I had that is on Powercore Rods. That's down below. Anyway, on their website, I just got these in. Been waiting since July since they kind of introduced them at ICAST. But it's the Shade Savers And what it is let me tell you, I gotta take my shades off.
That's because you need glasses, man. Ain't
No,
no
I
taking
gotta
your
no, I
shades
gotta
off.
take them off to show y'all.
Piddle.
So anyway, you put the tips on. It's got magnets on the tips, and inside the hat is a silicone band that has magnets in it, and they even came with a golf ball marker, and they put a extra little magnet in there where you can attach that to your hat while you're playing golf. So serves two purposes. If you're one of those that like to wear your glasses on the back of your hat, you can move the magnets up to the front where you can do that. And I'm telling you that you know they. Let me see if I can put all this micro, but they now this might fall out. I don't know, but you know they don't fall off. Glasses on there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyway, they're on powercorerods.com. I think I have them for $20.95. Anyway, go check that out. They're great. I used them today. When you bend over, they don't fall off. You can also get their cables that there's some holes in the back. They have the clip cables. You can clip on if you want cables, but you don't have to have them. It's great. Anyway, hidden magnets, shade savers is what they called. I know I talked with Mr. Williams, the cables man. Anyway, he said that I think he said he designed these in like 2016 or even before that, and just came out with them. So anyway, I think that's it. And tonight we just want to do like a weekly wrap up and kind of what we do when I just come in and talk. Oh, you stole
Hey, this is my buddy. I mean, we
yeah,
kind
Bones
of,
is back.
well, we kind of, he's kind of asked forgiveness
Uh-huh.
coming over here and abandoned me. And,
Yeah.
I kind of thought I'd let him just kind of sit on sit on my lap a little bit.
Yeah.
And, he could kind of get back in good graces with me.
Right.
I don't even know what I'm doing over here, honestly.
Yeah. I just said, hey, you want to just come over here and we talk like we do, because we'll talk. I'll have him come over. We'll talk, and that's probably the best discussion. Then get over here and be like, what are we talking about?
I don't know, but listen.
Look, Bossman back there being jealous right now.
I know he is. I know he is.
But he's hanging out with Rocky's Rocky. He's hanging out with Rocky back there.
Let me tell you something. These things right here drive me crazy. I can't handle that.
Nuts.
Anyway, for folks that don't know us, Warren and I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk like this, whether it's at the house or whatever. We talk to each other like this all the time. I mean, he mostly wrong most of the time, but we just kind of go back and forth. So all this is a bunch of whatever you want to call it tonight.
Yeah. So one thing I just wanted to put out there. I know the one segment we did the comparison of the commissioners, the Florida commissioners and the Louisiana commissioners, and how we feel. I mean, it's just an opinion, and I shame on me for not really knowing, and that's most of the people. We just go about fishing and everything else, and don't really pay attention to, who's running stuff. The only thing we run into is just the FWC guys
Right.
that are in the field. You
Right.
know, that your butt puckers a little bit, and you kind of go, "Oh crap! Was that bass this long, or was that trout this long?"
Or,
and
or should the tortoise be living here?
yeah, but and um, since 16, I never really was a big. I knew some things going on, but I was never really a big political guy.
Right. Right.
And love him or hate him, which I know half the country. Well, I take that back. 77 million people like him.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but
latest poll is 48-47 right now.
one and how'd that change in
Now,
2 days?
I don't know, but it's
in
supposed
two
to.
in 2 days. I
Yeah.
mean, he was up 56%. Yeah.
48,
Yeah,
47.
it was getting
Yeah.
too high. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
that's
It
exactly
was
what
getting
it
too
was.
high. Yeah. Anyway, but the one thing, whether you like him or not, he opened my eyes to what was really going on. You hear rumors over the years, but you don't really know what's going on. The first term,
Right.
kind of made me start paying attention and knowing
Right.
that these people don't like us. And then now, man, I'll be honest. Hey, listen, if anybody's out there that knows a popcorn company that would want to sponsor me, because I just need 4 years supply of popcorn just on Tuesday and Friday nights, or Tuesday or third, maybe 3 days a week.
Just sit back, eat
I
popcorn,
just
watch
need
the
to
show.
watch the show. I mean, yeah, it's been probably the craziest 3 weeks in my lifetime. I know in yours, that we've never seen
No,
anything like this. That actually going after what the people voted for.
Oh,
He was
absolutely.
even on the campaign trail going, "I'm going to look into waste, government waste." It was on the campaign trail, and he went right after it.
Well, listen, back when I was a little child, I didn't know anything about it, but
Mhm.
back in Louisiana,
Mhm.
okay, there was a man named Huey Long,
Uh-huh.
and he ran for governor. He was governor of Louisiana,
Mhm.
but I can remember looking up, and we're talking about way back then. And he wanted the people to vote for him, but he told them.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like they were in the dark, but
Right.
he told them that if they'd vote for him, he could give them everything they want, but he was going to get his cut too.
Oh yeah.
So there was no bones about
Yeah.
corruption, and everybody liked him
Yeah.
because Huey gave them what they wanted,
Yeah.
but he got his cut too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So people ask me, or a lot of people are critical. They'll talk about, as a Christian and as a pastor, you don't need to be getting into politics, okay? Because this is this world, and we are not of this world. We are ambassadors. We represent here.
Right.
But also, as a Christian,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a good citizen.
Right.
Every Christian
Yes.
is supposed to be a good citizen.
It says it.
And against corruption, against lies,
Right.
all of this, and wherever we live, we ought to be involved in our system.
Yes.
that helps us to be better citizen, that helps our country to grow,
Right.
to be morally straight, all of this. And America, founded on Judeo-Christian
Right.
teachings, we're responsible. As we can't sit there, and that's what they tried to do, is say, look, we're not against the church as long as you keep everything in the walls of the church.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Don't be bringing that stuff outside.
Right.
So as a Christian man and as a pastor, I know I have a podium, but as a Christian man, as you're a Christian, we're responsible.
Yeah. Yeah. And till this long to really know what's going on, and I mean, and I will say it, the digital age now, you can get so much information And I guess that's what irritates me more is that with the information that's out there, the people that will not look, research, and look for other stuff, they're still stuck in that mindset of the Walter Cronkites that was the only thing we had, and we had to trust them on what they were saying.
Right.
And then finding out even Walter it was still propaganda, and we don't know what
Right.
truths were actually told. You
Well,
know,
here's the bottom line on anything, whether you're what you're talking about.
yeah,
The Bible tells us that folks love the darkness
yes,
more than the light. They
Yeah.
hate the light
Yeah.
because they love the darkness.
Yes.
Okay. And when we say that, I'm talking about the darkness of corruption and
right,
everything.
right,
See, if it doesn't come to your door,
right.
if it doesn't come to the boat ramp or your
Right,
power
right.
or what, man,
You
what
don't
I
know
care,
that.
what I care if people over here in North Carolina, FEMA has absolutely just ripped them
Yeah,
a new,
yeah,
and
right.
FEMA has not. I'm not living in North Carolina. I'm sad for those
Yeah.
folks,
Yeah,
but they don't affect me
Right.
personally.
right,
We don't think,
right.
but it triple,
Yeah.
dribbles down.
Yeah.
And eventually it's going to hurt me. And then I'm going to get all upset.
Well, I think what happened these last 4 years is that it did reach everybody's door.
That's there you go.
It reached everybody's door, and it wasn't. I know Dan Bongino. His thing was always, it's not bad enough yet. It's not bad enough,
Exactly.
and I don't think it reached that bad, but it got bad enough, and it got to everybody's doorstep that they said, you know what, can't do this anymore. Because if we'd have gone, if Trump hadn't have got in and started looking at all this stuff and finding out all the, yeah, there's a lot of us that I don't even know what would happen.
Well,
It would have been bad as far as jobs and work and everything else.
yeah, see that what people don't grasp is just like with the pandemic hit. Okay.
Mm,
We spent 2 years of child abuse.
right.
We abused our children in
Yes.
America by keeping them out of school
Yeah.
and putting that. Now, we say, oh, that was bad. Okay. But the problem is you won't see the results of it for 10 years.
Right.
And then
Right.
you're going to see
Well,
the
we're
results of what they, and I know we see some of it
Yeah.
now, but I'm talking about the end results. So people knew this was going on
yeah.
for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in Clinton.
Right.
People knew this stuff, but we didn't have the media. I mean, the
the
digital age, the
right.
technology. And now you can't get by with squat anymore.
Well-
Somebody's going to
Well,
find it.
just like with the COVID and the kids,
Right.
when the parents, when they're at home doing school at home, and then the parents hear what they're being taught, that's when it hit the doorsteps.
Yes. Yes.
And they went, what the crap is going on?
I mean, wait, y'all are teaching our kids this? Yeah, they've been doing it.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect you because your kids were like in kindergarten and first grade and things
Right.
like that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden your kids start coming in from school and they start telling you all that.
Yeah.
Where did you pick that up? Because we don't talk about like that in our house.
Well, yeah, because
See?
right, because you ask a kid how was school, it's all right,
Yeah.
and a lot of them kids probably, not a lot, some of the kids probably didn't, hardly paid attention to it. Say, I just got to study this so I can get an A.
That's it.
But then the ones that did,
Little
Little
Johnny
Johnny.
come in and say, Mama, I think I'm a girl.
yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah,
So it goes back to this political thing. All of this stuff, and I just get irritated, but because I just read it tonight, and we'd end up reading more than we would talking. But all of this was in Obama.
Oh, yeah.
He sealed this in.
Oh, yeah.
This thing that everybody's trying to tell you, all this stuff that Trump's doing it wrong. No, this is a locked in deal,
Oh, yeah.
and Trump's just riding this.
Yeah.
I mean, he set that down. He's got the spurs hanging to
Yeah,
it,
yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
he's riding the hair off of
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, but I tell you what, and we won't get into the USAID thing again, but if you really want to know what's going on with USAID, if y'all have not, if you're not watching Sean Ryan's podcast, now I will just tell you this: some of his interviews are they average an hour and a half to 5 hours,
Yes,
depending on
yeah.
who it is. You know, he had the Benghazi guy on there, Tonto, that was in the movie. He's been on there. There's been, I mean, just all, but and I haven't finished it. It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. But he had Mike Benz on this week, and I'm telling you, I ain't even got through it. And holy crap! I mean, he said it has so many tentacles
Yes,
to the
yes.
USAID, and how you know, John F. Kennedy was the one that started this. Okay, but you know they said well, he started with you know that it was morally you know something he needed to start with, and Mike was saying within 2 months after because this was done with executive order. The USAID was done with
Exactly.
and they're their own entity. So, but he said within 2 months they were doing corrupt things, wrongdoings, and there's never been accountability. That's the problem. He said some of the stuff in there needs to be done, but they went rogue.
Yes.
And anyway, what was one of the things he said? Crap, I just lost thought. But
Well,
man, it was great. I mean, I ain't even got through the whole interview, and I mean, he's telling me stuff that I was like, holy
yeah.
moly.
All right. So here's how the game is played. And listen, folks, everybody's getting on this bandwagon about U.S. aid. Okay, that Trump is going to, or Elon Musk through Trump is going to deny medical treatment in these countries that people are going to die of AIDS. All this that we've been doing for them. Okay,
Right.
all right. So what they're saying is, no, we're not. That money is still going to go to those medical needs in
Right.
foreign countries.
Right.
What we're doing is rooting out the corruption.
Yeah.
And so what happens is basically is you come to me and you say, Dad, listen, I got a deal over here, okay, that we're going to do a charity
Yeah.
for old people like you
Yeah.
to learn how to do push-ups.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to raise money to have these instructors and everything else. All right. So I said, hey, man, I'm for that. All these old people around me, they start giving this money. So let's say we got $50,000.
Uh-huh.
So then you say, Dad, look, here's 10,000. Use it for them old people.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen with the 40? Don't worry about the 40,000. You got 10,000.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. And then you go off and you start doing this, and you're doing behind scenes and everything else. And then you get this old person that he's kind of, he's been crippled and everything.
Yeah.
All of a sudden does a push up, more money comes in, and the tentacles begin to go out, and you begin to have people and say, look, I got 40,000 here. I'm gonna give you 5 if you do this, and then you start, and it just keeps going to where it never stops, and that's what's happened to USA.
Oh yeah, well, it's more than that. If you listen to him, basically, and it's what we talked about is basically if the CIA can't do it, USAID does the dirty work. They're the dirty They're the dirty person.
Yeah.
And they had, like he said, they went behind Trump's back
Well, sure.
to do a couple of things because they don't report to nobody. Some of these generals was like, we need to do this. We'll get the USAID to do it because they don't report to nobody. That was, dude. I'm telling you, I ain't even got through it, and it's crazy.
There's some
Like I would just tell you this. He uncovered, and everybody says the Soros money that goes to these Soros prosecutors. Soros only gave them 10%. You know who paid the rest? USAID.
There you go.
Yeah, they went through NGOs. The tentacles ended up paying those for prosecutors to get them elected and everything. Yeah, dude,
Well,
it's crazy.
I think I told you that when Hillary said when her and Bill Clinton left the White House, they were broke.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they were broke.
Yeah.
So then they started the Bill and Hillary Foundation.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
So I remember this years ago.
Yeah, them Haiti people still waiting.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's still waiting on that. But I sit there and listen to a lawyer in an interview, and they were talking and brought this up, and he said you could hire a team of lawyers, 12 lawyers, team of lawyers, to start investigating the Clinton Foundation. They would die before they would get it concluded because the tentacles go out in so many. And this is what the American people, what's happened is they realize it now because it's filtered down.
Yep.
All those years.
Yep.
It's filtering down, and now I'm paying $65,000 for a pickup truck.
Yeah.
And I'm paying this for gas, and I can't feed my family. And all what happened? Y'all told us.
Yeah.
And then millions, billions.
Just trust us. Just trust us.
But we did. You have to understand, we didn't have the technology.
I know.
And we trusted our leaders, our politicians.
Yes.
And now with this right here,
that little thing.
That little old thing right there.
They can't get by with
they
nothing.
Can't.
No.
They can't.
Well, it's just like Powers. Her last name's Powers. So when Biden appointed her to run USAID under his presidency, I think she came in there at 6.7 million. That's what she was worth. In 3 years, she came out of there with 30 million, worth 30 million. They're investigating that now.
Well, our politics, and I had the guy ask on thing, how does a guy go in $175,000 a year, and when he ends up with his political career, he's worth $150 million.
Yeah,
but he's a servant of the people.
Oh yeah, it's just like I've been seeing the memes. I'm not gonna lie. I want my money back, my taxes. I mean, as much stuff as they're finding, you almost want to say, you know what, American people? When we get all this uncovered, if it takes us a year, we find all our money, all your money, you know what? Y'all ain't got to pay taxes the following year. But, I mean, it pisses me off because I'm seeing where my tax dollars are going. I mean, for trans operas in Peru or wherever it was, or the trans something what was the comic book?
It was a transgender comic book, but they had a study. I'm trying to think of the millions they spent on studying transgendered animals, transgenderism in the animals.
Oh no, they were putting something in the mice and something else to see how they would react.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a study. But here's the thing is that we trusted.
Yeah.
Now, back then we used to say, never leave a paper trail.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that's the way people were caught back then.
Right.
Taxes and things like that was a paper trail. And you could actually bury it. I
Yeah.
mean, you could hide a paper trail. You didn't leave it, and everybody knew it. The problem they're facing today, it's no different, the corruption today,
Yeah.
than it was back then. The thing about it, you have technology. You can't hide it.
No.
That's just like you can
Everything's
delete
forever.
everything on your phone.
It's still
but you
there.
don't. But somebody that's smart
Somebody
enough,
can find it.
he can find it.
Uh-huh.
And so this is what's happening, and now it's all being revealed, and we can't refute it. What was that? The White House secretary.
Yeah.
The big thing was, I saw them get on the argument. They don't have the receipts on that. Well, she walked out there and said, "Hey, we got the receipts."
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's driving them crazy, because every time they make a declaration about something, as opposed to Trump, they're rolling back with the proof on it.
So speaking of that, what Dan says is Trump's been doing rock'em sock'em robots. Just keep coming at them. Just keep coming at them. So one of the things, and it's so funny because Dan almost said this word for word, and now Axios, which is a commie paper, they wrote it almost like Dan said it, but it is so it's funny how they're starting to write a good piece, and then they have to bring race into it, because it's like, oh man, they're doing good, but we got to throw some race in it. So what Dan's been calling it, between him and Musk, is masculine maximalism. So and I'm gonna get to the Gaza thing again. We're gonna bring up Gaza again, just because what we talked about was the last Thursday was USAID, something else, and just relax, just wait it out. Like Dan Bongino's number one rule is wait 24 hours, see what happens. And and not watching him, we both knew how Trump was. He's a loud,
absolutely
strong businessman. Okay. And I know he says not literally stuff. It is, he over exaggerates things.
Right.
Okay. But people that just don't have a hatred because of what they've told them all these years can see, hold on, let's wait a little bit and see what happens, because I get what he's saying, but I don't think he meant all that. So let's just wait. So what they wrote, Axios wrote, Trump and Musk believe powerfully in maximalist action and language carried out by strong, with parentheses, mostly white men, as blunt, uncompromising instruments to prove new limits both to power and what's possible. That was one of their things. And then there was a part 2 that said both men like to provoke outrage and outrageous responses that makes Trump and Musk the center of national conversation and baits the hyperventilating critics into outrageous responses. Dan Bongino said almost that exactly the day before. Then they come out with this, almost plagiarizing it. Anyway, but what he's saying is, the way I look, when he said that about Gaza, I didn't think nothing of it other than let's see what happens.
Right.
So, he comes out and says, yes, we are gonna take over Gaza and take the Palestinians out, redo it, make it nice, bring them back in, but not all of them.
Right.
So this is from today. The Jordan guy was there in the White House, and he's already pledged that they would take all the cancer, because he said, Jordan, Egypt, y'all need to take some of these people. What Trump was doing was forcing them, the Arab nations, forcing them to do something about Gaza because it's their problem.
Right. Right.
Okay. So this is today. No, not that one. Hold on. I got to find it. It is hilarious. Where is it? Nope. Then this one. Yes. So the Wall Street Journal writes, was this today? When was this? February 12th. That was yesterday. This is the title. Arab states wake up to the fact that Trump means what he says on Gaza. So, and what people don't understand, somebody like Trump, he's going to say some outrageous things
Right.
every now and then.
Right.
He's got to capitalize. He's got to do whatever he says, or they'll call his bluff every time. Like
exactly.
he can't bluff all the time.
Right. Right.
But it's just like if you tell a kid, if you're disciplining your kid, and you say, "When we get home, I'm gonna whoop your butt."
Right.
If you get home and you don't whoop that butt,
exactly,
then the kid's like, "Huh, I can get away with it again." Does it again. When we get home, I'm gonna whoop that butt.
Yeah.
Now, if you came home and whooped that butt, that kid ain't doing that crap again. He might try it one more time, but
yeah.
more than likely he's gonna say, "Oh crap, I can't do that anymore."
All right. Along
but
with
I'll
that.
read this after
Okay.
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So, and Trump mentioned Jordan and Egypt in one of his press conferences. Egypt has launched a diplomatic blitz to corral support for the Arab-led and funded initiative to rebuild the Gaza Strip.
Huh.
Setting aside old political concerns in hopes of boxing out a Trump plan that is wildly unpopular across the Arab world. He did it on purpose.
Absolutely.
Like
it got him to respond.
Well, he basically said, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it.
Exactly.
And they didn't want to see if he was really going to do it.
So what did they do? The first thing they tell you is that I guarantee you a month from now, if this kept going, U.S. is going to declare and invade Gaza.
Yeah.
That's the way it
would
read across. All right. So here's how Trump works.
Yeah.
Back when y'all were growing up.
Yeah.
For y'all that don't know, here's how we raised our kids. We required nothing below a C on the report. That's what you had to do it. If you got below a C, we didn't choose to put you on restriction.
No.
You chose to go on restriction.
That's right.
Now, if there was something coming up that was important to them, they could bring and get a letter from the teacher. They could bring that C or that D that they got, not to a C, but all the way to a B. And that's how Trump plays the game.
Oh, yeah.
He says, okay, you're going to pay the price for this. I didn't do it. You did this, and here's the consequences. Right. Oh, well, okay. Well, we're not going to do it. We're going to bring it up to a C. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're going to bring it up to a B.
Right.
And that's how he plays the game.
Yeah.
You know, and so I don't remember y'all ever missing anything because you knew.
No, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
I lost my spot.
Yeah.
I lost my spot for 9 weeks, and then I was back.
Yeah.
But I had to get a letter from the teacher saying that it was and that was reading.
Now, we actually put ourselves on restriction because y'all stayed home. We wish you weren't.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that what he does is, I guess, in his book, Art of the Deal, what he does is he'll offer this.
Right.
And it'll be what he really wanted in the beginning.
Right.
But he played back and forth to where they come to an agreement.
Well, it's basically what I said last week. If he wants 50, he says, I want 100.
That's
and then they go, oh, no. I'm not going to give you 100. We'll give you 65. Well, now he just got what he wanted and 15 more.
Right. Exactly.
That's
So-
that's the art of the deal.
And
Anyway,
and that's the way it's played. But I'm saying all of this in the world, everything we got, everybody plays deal. Everybody
Yeah.
does it. The problem is that the elites, the politicians, those in power,
yeah,
they know the willing ignorance
yeah,
of American people
yeah,
and people in other countries, but now dictators control them. But in America, we're not going to listen to another. If you'll notice what you were talking about, just like word for word, if you'll notice that you'll have MSNBC make a statement,
yeah.
and all of a sudden CBS parrots
Oh yeah,
that same statement, and then it'll go to ABC. They'll say the same, using the same
yeah.
word. They'll slip that word in.
Have you seen that video where it shows all of them mimicking each other?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Where you could hear.
Yeah,
Well, that's exactly what they do. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why words are important. When they say U.S.
yeah,
aid, they lead the American people to believe that money is going to help
Yeah.
the poverty-stricken
Yeah,
people
yeah.
in foreign countries,
right,
and nobody questions it.
right.
They did. I can't think of the word they used, but it was during Trump's election, or may have been during Biden. They surveyed over 1,000 people to see what would be a correct word to use during that election, and that's how they deal with it.
Yeah.
And so American people hear this word. It says that people who write commercials know that you have to listen to a commercial 17 times before it's implanted in your mind.
Yes.
And so they just parrot until it becomes.
Well, yeah. So like the new word right now, well, it's not a new word. They've been saying it since 2015. The problem is right now, no matter what they say, it's not really working. It's working for I'm just going to say the dumb people out there that have put their faith in the news, okay, the mainstream news. But a lot of stuff is not working anymore because we know they're lying. Because at the next press conference, Caroline, she'll come out and she don't make no bones.
No.
She will. So the new one is not new. They started in 2015 because of Trump. But it's a constitutional crisis. That's the new word.
That's the new word.
New word. And they're starting to use it more and more. Everything he does, a constitutional crisis.
On all these mainstream media.
Yes. And she called them all out yesterday or today about the constitutional crisis bullcrap, and about, they kicked AP out, the AP, Associated Press. She said, let me start over on my first day what I told all of you press people, that it is a privilege to be in here. One, it's not a right. And that if you tell lies, you will not be in here. And they're even doing something now. You start seeing Trump and Elon in the Oval Office. Well, that's a separate thing. So the people that's in the main when Caroline comes out, the main press conference, that's certain people. Then certain people get invited to the Oval Office to hear another press conference from Trump or Elon or whatever.
Right.
So she says, we are going to push this administration's what we wanted to do, plan to do to help America. And if you lie about it, we will call you out and you will not be allowed in here. Plain and simple.
Wow.
Oh yeah, dude. And it's because of what the Steven Crowder talked about, that the girl that asked the question about the Associated Press was that Kathleen whatever's that nasty reporter
Oh
that
yes,
interviewed Trump in a town hall or something and
Yeah,
fought
yeah.
back with him and all that. And he says, now rewind that. And she asked the question, and then the longer the question till the end, closer it got to the end of her question, the more deeper voice got. And he said, then you got Sweet Caroline. He's he was just making fun. But anyway, it's just and it's like what we talked about. Trump for the last 4 years has had everybody except for RFK and Tulsi, but a lot of the people that is in his staff, they have been watching everything that is going on and getting everything in place. They knew what they were going to do soon as that inauguration was over. That's why they haven't stopped. And the attorney Alina, I'm not
The new DOG.
no, that's Pam Bondi.
Oh, okay.
She was attorney general for Florida.
Right.
Anyway, no, Trump's lawyer, the pretty girl that was his lawyer on these court cases.
I mean,
Anyway, she gave a interview. I forget on what channel, but she said, "Oh, we've been planning. We knew what they were going to do for the last 4 years. We've been planning all this." She said, "We have everything in place to go against them in these court suings and all this crap that they're trying to pull." She said, "We knew that."
All right. So let me say this to anybody that's listening to us. And I know you can't say, well, they're not speaking, we're not speaking for other people or anything. But let me tell you different. With this Trump and Democrat, Republic, all that. None of us approve of Donald Trump. In fact, I don't think we could be buddies. He's narcissistic.
Yeah.
He has. We all know Donald Trump's, as far as personality, all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. He'd get old around me too much. Okay?
Yeah. I mean,
so,
yeah.
And they're going to make mistakes.
Yes.
Okay. They're going to think. It doesn't mean that because we voted for him, that we're excusing his personality or excusing the mistakes he made or anything else.
Yeah.
We just simply see that this country was in a downward spiral.
Yes.
Under Biden.
Yes.
And it was divided under Obama. We see the results. It's trickling down to us now. We're suffering.
Yeah.
America's suffering. So we've seen that.
Yeah.
And so the American people say, okay, yes, we don't approve of everything he did, that way he taught all this bunch of stuff. But the way it looks right now, he's the only one that's got sense enough to get into this stuff and go to battle because the man has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Except his life.
Well, what's funny is 3 weeks into
3 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 weeks. One of the reporters asked Caroline asked Trump about asked one of them about the egg prices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you don't remember that there was something done before Biden got out about killing all the chickens.
Right, because of the bird flu.
Right. So anyway, it's just funny that and I already expected not to get worse, but there's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road till they get all this corruption and figure all this out. I mean,
well, it's like going with a company that's growing. Say, okay, if you stick with us, you're going to be able to make this much money now.
Yeah.
But I can't start you off right here because our company can't pay that.
Right.
But Warren, if you'll stick with us, we're gonna reward you for and that, and you come after 3 weeks and say, well, where's my money?
Yeah.
Well, we just get,
Yeah.
we ain't even off the ground yet.
Yeah.
But wait,
Yeah.
but I think I ought to have my money now.
Yeah.
Been
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah. That's
I
well,
mean, it's
no,
ridiculous.
well,
you know.
they doing it on purpose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
you know.
every little thing they
Yeah.
because they have nothing.
Well, because it's like it's gotta be tough to be a Democrat because
It really does.
I don't hardly any of them are fun. Like you know what I'm saying? They try to take everything literally and seriously, and it's like, really, you really thought that? You know, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like they are not a fun people to be around at all.
Okay, but I have to say this. I don't want one party
Yeah.
to remain in power
No.
for a period of time because our Constitution was written so there would be a balance.
Yeah. Oh
One
yeah.
would balance
Yeah.
the other. Now, the only Democrats I really respect
Yeah.
are the ones that are true Democrats, but they see this is not right,
Yeah.
and they go against their party, the power structure of the party, and say, no, we can't go along with that.
Well, they used to be the party of the people. They used to be, we don't like war. They used to be morally sound.
Yeah, as much as they could
Right.
be,
But you know, it just
but I can
but,
respect a man that
oh,
said,
yeah.
I can't go along with that.
right.
you
Right.
know?
Well, look at RFK
Yeah,
Jr.
there you go.
Look at Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes.
They were both Democrats.
Yeah.
And you know, people say, well, Trump was a New York Democrat. Well, if you go back to the 80s, he wasn't.
No.
He'd tell you. He said, I think he's moderate, but
Yes, I really believe
but
that.
he says, yeah, I'm concerned. He said, and I remember this interview, I think it was 1980. He says, yeah, I'm conservative on most things, but some social things I'm Democrat, like social stuff. But he said, morally, I am conservative.
See, and people.
So that tells me moderate. But anyway,
they forgot, and this is why he was voted for the first time. They understood, the American people, when he went in the first time, they understood he was neither a Democrat or Republican.
Mm-hmm.
They understood that. He was forced to run as a Republican.
Right.
Simply because he knew there was no chance, and really there is no chance of somebody winning independent.
Right.
So they really forced him into being a Republican because they did not believe the man would win.
Well, that RFK, they didn't allow him to run.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Or Bernie Sanders. Actually, Bernie Sanders and Trump was almost the same ideology in 2016, and they said, "No, we're not going to let you run."
Bernie
and then,
was a socialist. You know?
Yeah, but as far as for the working people,
right.
But you know, basically, they said, "Bernie, you need to drop out. We'll give you this, and you'll be able to afford 3 houses on the water, and you'll just have to bend the knee."
Yeah,
and he has,
and he did. I mean, look, it's no different than Kamala.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, you can't run. We the puppet masters have already decided.
Yeah.
And so the rest of you people don't have a thing to say. Nobody's going to run against her. We like RFK. You can't. No, you can't run. We've picked our not the people.
That's not a republic either. That's communism.
That is full democracy.
Oh yeah.
That's full democracy to where one rules. I mean, all of them decide, and so they decide. They put a cap. No one, even Democrats, couldn't believe that happened.
Yeah, man. I tell you what. I mean, we're almost done, but I tell you what. Man, J.D. Vance gave a good speech on AI stuff.
Yeah.
So Crowder did a comparison of JD's speech. He played that. And he said, "And now here's Kamala talking about AI." Dude, it was the biggest bunch of word salad that I had ever heard. She had no clue what AI was. It's crazy.
Well, here's the thing with somebody like Kamala Harris. She and others like her, when they do all this word salad,
Mm-hmm.
they're delusional in believing that they can have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think Trump hasn't read or something.
Yeah.
He's up on when he talks.
Oh yeah.
It may sound like, but he knows what he's talking about. Kamala never came
Oh, no.
prepared. She
No.
had no clue what half of what
No.
she was talking
No.
about.
No.
And that's why people thought, oh wow, she just said that and condescending and
Yeah.
talk to people like, see Jane run.
Yeah.
Jane runs fast.
Well, the wheels on the bus go round and round.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah. And I before we go, I was just gonna say, if you, of course, we all kind of knew this, but if you want to hear Lindy, her name's Lindy Lee, I think. Lindy Lee. She was on Sean Ryan's show, and she was on. She worked with the Democrats. She said basically, she said, I don't know if she was Japan or China, but you know, they're very traditional people,
Right.
and her and her family moved here, whatever. And she said that she said, well, where we live, it's all Democrats, so it was, you couldn't really be conservative. She said, we've always been a conservative family, but she ended up working in the she been in there with Biden and all, but she was telling about who was running the White House for the last 4 years. I mean, it wasn't Biden. We all knew
We
that.
all knew that.
But she is telling all. She started coming out like in 22, and then she finally had enough, and she ended up helping raise money. She's very good at raising money. Trump and them hired her for his inaugural thing, and she is working with RNC now. She says the Republican Party has been the most welcoming, friendly people to bring me in, and all that. And anyway, it was a good interview.
Well, here's what it is. People know right from wrong, whether they act
Yeah.
like it or not. The ones that create problems are, again, I don't think people are dumb. I think they're willingly ignorant.
Ignorant, yes. willingly ignorant.
They choose to turn. And I'll give you an example of this. When we went on the cruise,
Yeah.
What's her name? Rice. She was
Condoleezza.
Condoleezza Rice. Okay. So we're sitting there with a group of people at the table.
Yeah.
And one guy said, well, I don't get into it because I don't get into politics and religion. It creates a problem. But anyway, we had some Democrats there.
Yeah.
Okay. And we were just talking. They asked me who I thought would be good for president. And I mentioned Condoleezza Rice. And I said, she is a woman and she is a black woman. You'd have thought that I'd have cursed that whole bunch there. See? I mean, it had nothing to do with the qualifications of that woman.
Yeah.
Plus, she had the advantage of being a woman, first woman president, and black.
Yeah.
Oh no, they threw everything right out the window.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because the puppet masters control these.
That's
things.
right. All right. Well,
all right.
That's about it. We're going, hey, one more time for the Gulf of America. Oh, and by the way, that was one of the reasons why the AP guy got kicked out. I'm remembering now. He kept calling it the Gulf of Mexico, and it has been legislated. It is official. Google has recognized it. All the maps have recognized it as Gulf of America. And she says, we are not going to have lies. It is Gulf of America now. And this is important to President Trump. And I can tell you why real quick. The reason why it was renamed is because before Biden left, he signed this thing about no drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. And Trump said, okay, Gulf of America it is.
Yeah, I
All
can
right,
drill in
hey.
Gulf America.
That's right. Anyway, let's end with this one more time.
These colors don't run, and neither do I.
That Florida
All
mullet.
right, can you stop that on one of the? I mean, can you stop it where it shows it right there on the hat, right there?
Yeah.
All right, folks, let me let me tell you. Do y'all get that? Can you see it up there on you? Up there, the black with the sunglasses. What that is up there?
That is called the America's mullet. Florida is America's mullet.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's funny.
Y'all don't. Some of them don't get it.
No, that's America's mullet.
That's America.
We are America's mullet. Anyway.
This flag's gonna fly.
All right, we out.